I think rein discipline is one of the hardest out there. Hey guys, so I'm gonna give you a little update on one of my 3-year-olds. This is Millie. She's a modern gun out of a Spook Scout Whiz mare. Had her now for a couple months now. I think it's what it's been. But I'm just gonna get her out and cruise around and show you what I'm working on and where she's at in her training. She's getting ready to go on her first field trip to a show in Tulsa that we've got coming up. So I'm excited with her progress, and I'll show you what she's doing. I'll show you what I'm riding her in. This right here, I've only had her in the bridle, in a shanked bridle for, I don't know, maybe a dozen times. Pretty much had her in the snaffle only, but she seems to work really good in this one right now. This mare is so sweet. She's the best, got her tongue over the bit. She's like the best combination of being good-natured, but yet she really handles pressure well, handles the speed, all the things that we need to have for a good Futurity prospect. Before I get on, I get a lot of questions all the time, or comments, about the boots. And you can see here, I've got the J5 Equine splint boots on. That's a classic equine knee boot that's taped on there. That knee boot is there to protect her when she's spinning, and that going around, all the way around on one leg, it's pretty good about protecting both sides. And then I've got some polo wraps on her on the back. This mare is a big stopper, and so anytime I stop, I don't want to risk burning the back of her fetlocks there. So you guys can see what boots I have on. And of course I've got my Superior saddle made by Andy Maschke. Andy is absolutely the best out there. He's one of the few saddle makers that does everything himself, from the trees, which is the most important part, to obviously all the stuff you see on the outside. Go help Marco. I don't know that that's a bad thing when the horse doesn't want to go back in the barn. All right, I'm gonna get her warmed up a little bit, and then I'll show you what she can do. Some of the stuff I work on these 3-year-olds, trying to get them broke. Every day we try to work on a little bit of body control, which it's gonna help us for all the other maneuvers that we're gonna do. And that's basically just getting Millie here to understand pressure release. Like right here, I'm just trying to get her to move off of my left leg, kind of move her hip around, and she's doing real good right there. This one here, she's gonna definitely get a ton of comments about that low headset, which that's part of why I bought her. Is just when she's at rest, when she's going around on her own in the round pen even, she goes with her head in the ground, and so many people don't understand what that's all about. You can see I'm not forcing her to do that, but what I am doing is getting all that resistance out of her and just getting her trained where she understands when I put pressure on her, she gives what I'm looking for, I'll release, and as she gets more comfortable with it, you know, she gets real secure in what I'm asking, she gets the confidence to relax. And a horse that's relaxed is gonna, you know, they're gonna put their head down to where they're comfortable. And this mare, she's just built to where that nose is in the dirt. And what I'm doing here is that drill that I've done at all my clinics. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm sure we got a video on the channel, but I definitely have it on mattmillstraining.com on the training video page. And it's called Keeping Circles Simple. And what this does, it gets that horse's focus, number one, which is the main thing. And what I'm doing is just kind of letting her go where she wants to. And when she gets distracted or when she speeds up and drifts outside of my circle, I just simply put pressure with the neck rein and steer her back to the middle. So I'm also working on her steering at the same time. She's doing pretty good. This is something that I've really worked a lot on with her, giving her that freedom, you know, turning her loose and getting her to start thinking about where she's supposed to be on her own instead of me having to tell her everything. And once she gets locked in, that's when I'll start to work on softening her up in her face a little bit, or if she's cuts in just a little bit, I'll pick up and hold her till she moves out. And when she moves out, I turn loose, and it's pretty much that simple. And it just comes down to doing it over and over and over again. But I love her demeanor. She's perking her ears up, very alert, but paying attention to me. I wanted you guys to see some of this stuff, because people think reining horses or reining horse trainers that it's all about trying to force a horse to do something. You can't force this horse to do anything and have her be this relaxed. They got to understand it. We just spend way more time than most people. You know, your average horse, you know, somebody goes and rides it one day or twice a day a week. This horse is getting ridden 5-6 days a week, and I might be on her 30 minutes. You know, I might be messing around with her for 2 hours. Not 2 hours straight, but doing a little bit, letting her have a break, doing it over and over and over again. And that's why I think reining, of course I've got a biased opinion, but I think reining discipline is one of the hardest out there, just because for us to do those maneuvers and do those patterns, these horses have to be very willingly guided. The only way you get that is by hours and hours of practice. Let her catch her breath for a little bit, then we'll spin her. While you guys are watching this, if you've got any questions about what I'm doing, I'd love for you to put in the comments what your questions are, or if there's something in specific you want to see with a horse that I'm training, or something that you're having an issue with at home. Feel free to comment and let me know what you're looking for, and then also hit that subscribe bell. And she feels like she's got a ton of power. She's a modern gun. I have a Spook's got a whiz, like I was telling you, and I think she's got like the perfect combination of the stud and the mare. I'm really excited to keep going on her and see how she turns out. I've got today slated to be kind of an easy day for Millie. We're just going to keep working on those circles like I showed you, and I'm going to turn her a little bit, and what I'm going to do turning her is I'm just going to make sure that she really understands that I want her just to keep going around and around on her own until I tell her to stop. Today's not going to be a speed today. Today's more going to be about just keep building that foundation, or working on that foundation of getting her real solid. Got a long year. That's all about trying to peak them at the right time. Oh, boy, really good to the right. A couple times I just picked up on her face and asked her to move her rib cage over a little. She was a little bent, and I put my leg on. She moved right over, and what I was looking for was when I released that pressure, that she continued to spin. That's been something where she'd get a little confused when I'd kind of change things up or add something to it. I'd release, and she'd kind of be like, where you at? What am I supposed to do? And today on that right side, that was exactly what I was looking for. And I'll just keep building on that every day, and just getting her to where she understands more and more and more, where she doesn't have to think about it, and the speed will be there. I'm not worried about that at all. Let's try this other way. Well, yeah, that's pretty good that way also. Her form wasn't perfect, but that's not what I was after today. I just want Millie to understand where she's supposed to be. She's supposed to go around and around, and over the course of the year, I'll just kind of keep adding a little more to it, and kind of get her in the position that I think she'll work the best in. But I just wanted to give you guys a little update on one of my Futurity horses. This is a 3-year-old Millie here, and she's doing awesome, and we'll definitely have to keep you posted on how she's doing. Again, if you got any questions, put them in the comments. Love for you to hit that subscribe button. And if you're wanting more, we've been doing clinics here. Get on mattmillsreining.com. We'll drop a link in there. Check out the clinics, come out and ride here yourself, or come and spectate and watch. The other thing is, if you're wanting to do some of it for yourself at home, you can also join the Gold Medal Formula. And I've got hundreds of videos on there of how I get horses to do stuff like this, and you can teach them yourself. You can reach out to me, send videos. I'd love for you to join the team.